Hey guys, it's Bianca and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a little bit of a challenge for you guys today. I don't often do challenges on my channel, so I thought it would be really fun to create. And also I was nominated, so now I have to do it. So I was nominated by 2 Spanish. I will link down her YouTube channel below as she also had done the challenge. So in today's video the challenge is going to be called doing my makeup in alphabetical order. So if you guys haven't seen, James Charles and Nikki tutorials have already done that challenge, and then I think a few other YouTubers have done it as well. So I'm going to be doing that today, and I have my list of all of my beauty products in alphabetical order, and it's going to be very interesting to see how it turns out, because this is like, some of it is in really good order, like the setting spray and powder and mascara is towards the end, but then you get thrown a curveball like your primer being before your setting spray, so this is going to be fun. Okay, so the first thing on my list is blush. So now I've just washed my face, I haven't put any moisturizer on. So it's going to be fun to see how the skin is going to turn out as well. And also, if you guys haven't noticed, I actually have a tan. I self-tanned last night using my Caribbean tan in the shade A. So I'm pretty happy with how my body is looking. I did get a bit dodgy on my hands. I think that always just happens because this area is like really weird. I see a lot of YouTubers that self-tan who go, "Excuse my tan hands." So I'm going to say it, excuse my tan hands. Okay, so the very first thing that I have to do is blush. So for my blush today, I'm going to be taking the California blush from my Get the Pretty Started palette. And I'm just going to take that on my blusher brush, and I'm extremely nervous for the outcome. Let's do this. Okay, so let's just take some on my brush. It doesn't, okay, I suppose it's very slight, but it really doesn't show up on my skin. Probably can't even see it on camera. It just looks like I have a bit of eczema on my skin right now. So that's how the blush is looking. Oh, that's funny. Now I look like I'm sick. Then the next one, which the next one is bronzer. So I'm going to be taking my Ofra bronzer. If you guys have watched my testing out new products to the value of 2,500 Rand, I'll link it below or in a card. I used a very heavy hand with this bronzer the first time I used it. And then just to check up with you guys, I did leave a comment on the video saying that if you go with a lighter hand, it's really much better. But I just thought I'd say that just in case you didn't watch it. This bronzer is actually really good if you use a light hand. So I suppose it doesn't really matter whether I use a light hand or a heavy hand today, because you're not going to see anything after I put foundation on. So let's go ahead and bronze up my face. So now, I don't know how it would look. I'm actually really nervous. Okay, so I'm going to be bronzing everywhere where I usually put my bronzer, but at least this is kind of showing up on the skin. So that's good. Okay, and then I'm going to put some on my forehead because that's where I usually put my bronzer. I suppose if you had really bomb ass skin, you could probably wear this, like with no foundation. But I don't have bomb ass skin, so we're not about to test that theory. It just looks really strange without having like a blank, clean canvas. Because there's a lot going around with my scarring and my breakouts, it just looks like I just look weird. I feel like I've dunked my head in some like cheese curl filling. Okay, bronzer done, blush done. The next thing that we have to do is brows. So that's fairly okay because I usually do my brows first before my foundation. So for my brows today, I'm going to be using my Benefit Brow in the shade 04. I really like the color of this, and the formula is excellent. So I'm just going to take, this is how small the pot is, by the way. I think it's sufficient for me considering I don't do my eyebrows like bougie every day. But when my eyelure one finishes, I think I'm going to get one for my kit. So I'm just going to define my brows. Okay, that's my brows done. The next thing, which is also fairly okay, it's not a train smash, is concealer. A lot of people usually conceal before their foundation. I just feel like it's a personal preference for some people. So I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to carve out my brows and then conceal my eyelids and then conceal underneath my eyes, like where I would usually put concealer. So I'm just going to pop some on my eyelids as a primer, because I usually put concealer on my eyelids. If I had an eyelid primer that I usually use, I would go in with that. But I use concealer. So concealer's first, thank God. That would be a disaster. Can you imagine doing your eyeshadow and then putting a primer afterwards? I have to go out after this, by the way, so this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting enough to see if it's bad enough for me to take off my makeup or if it's like passable. And I'm just going to take a tiny blender from Real Techniques. This is a little mini miracle sponge, and I'm just going to buff that in. I actually forgot I had these and I love them so much for the eyes. Okay, then let's do concealer underneath my eyes. So I'm just going to place some Maybelline Fit Me. And then again taking this little miracle sponge. And it's going to interfere with the bronzer because we put bronzer first. And this is usually how low I put my concealer. And this concealer is probably going to crease like a mother because you can't set it yet. And the powder is like one of the last things. Thanks to Spanish. I literally look like a hot mess. What is going on? Okay, so we've got blush, bronzer, brows, concealer done. And next is eyeshadow. Okay, so the eyeshadow that I'm going to be playing with today is my Tarte. So I'm going to take the shade Ambitious, and I'm going to use that to set my eyeshadow, because technically it is an eyeshadow, so we're not cheating. I'm just going to take that shade all over my brow bone as well. Then I'm taking this shade You Can, and I'm going to pop that all over my crease, using the same brush we used to set the eyes with. Then on a smaller brush, I'm going to be dipping into the shade Hustle, which is this very, very peachy pink, which I haven't used yet in this palette. I'm just going to place that on my crease as well. That shade is really, really pigmented to be showing up on top of all these transition shades. I'm really impressed. That's really cute. Okay. Then I want to take the shade All In, which is this nice mauvey kind of color. And I'm just going to concentrate that on the outer corner of the eye and then blending it into the crease. That's a really nice color combination. Why have I been sleeping on this palette? These colors actually blend really, really beautifully before. I have used this palette before, but like just only using mostly the brown and this mauve color. Other than that, like probably this is a really, really nice formula for eyeshadows. They are very, very powdery, but they are so creamy. And this is like the shit thing about having your concealer first. Like if you do have fallout, which I mean I don't have a lot of, you're gonna get a little bit of fallout stuck to your wet concealer. Like you can't even wipe it away because the concealer is still wet. I love that for me. Okay, then for the shimmer shade on the eyelid, I'm going to take This Is It. And I think I have to do like the whole eyeshadow, so like even the under eye and everything. So I'm going to take that shade. I'm also going to spray my brush with it, just to get that pigment that I want, and then dip into that pinky kind of peachy shade that kind of matches Hustle. Then I'm just going to take the shade All In, which is that movie color, and then just blend the shimmer into the other shades. Okay, then for the lower lash line, I'm going to be taking the shade All In again and just placing that on my lash line. Oh my god, this concealer is creasing so much. Okay, that's the eyeshadow done. I just wanted to do a simple quick look today. So the next is, so I put down lashes as lashes. I didn't put them down as eyelashes. Oops. So I actually should have done my eyelashes first before my eyeshadow. But because I put it down as lashes, which I usually call them, like eyelash boutique lashes, porcelain heart lashes. Okay, so we're gonna go with it. I already made it like that kind of order. So lashes is going to be after foundation highlighter. So that's not bad. Okay, so then for foundation today, I'm gonna be taking my See Me foundation in the shade 04 Vanilla. Just gonna give it a good old shake. If you guys are interested in testing out their foundation, I do have a code, or any of their other brands. Just use my code Bianca and you get percentages off your order. I will link their Instagram and the code that I used down below. Okay, so I'm going to put down 2 pumps. This might be too light for me because I actually don't even have a foundation that matches my neck, because I am quite dark. I put 2 layers of self-tan, and I don't actually have a foundation that matches. Now we're just covering all the bronzer, we're covering all the highlighter, blush. Oh wait, actually that actually matches really, really well. Okay, I suppose that works. It might be just maybe like a tiny bit lighter, but the undertone is definitely there. God, it feels so weird. I just feel like I'm doing something wrong. Okay, I'm just gonna put 1 more pump for my cheek area where I have breakouts, and then put the rest on my forehead. It looks so weird on top of the powder, like the powder bronzer. And also the eyeshadow and the concealer. And then I'm just gonna take my EcoTools sponge and just hopefully blend everything together. I look so weird with the concealer underneath the foundation. What was I thinking? And I can't even set anything down yet. Okay, foundation is done. Next, we have highlighter, which is okay. Highlighter is good. I'm just going to be dipping into this Ofra palette. It's called the Glow Up palette, which is so beautiful. I'm going to take it on just a regular fan brush, and I think I'm going to dip into the shade Beverly Hills, which kind of has all of the colors. So I'm just going to apply that to my cheeks. And then on my brow bone. Okay, highlighter done. God, everything just feels so weird. It feels so weird not powdering my face. Okay, highlights are done. I'm going to do lashes. So the lashes I'm going to be doing today is by Porcelain Heart. If you guys are interested in their lashes, they're actually having a 30% off sale right now. So this is the one that I'm using today. I haven't used this one yet. This is the one Lion Hearted. So I'm just going to pop those on off camera and then I will continue with the rest of the makeup. Okay, lashes are on. Next is lips. So for the lips today, I want to mix these two colors together because I feel like there's a purple element and a kind of pinky element to the eye look. So I thought that would just, you know, match the eye look. So I'm just going to place the shade Unzipped from those little liquid mini lipsticks that I bought, and I'm going to place this on the outer and then do an ombre lip. Okay, lips are done. Now it's time for mascara. Yes! My eyes are looking so weird without mascara on the top and bottom lash line. Because like I feel like if you put mascara on without mascara on your top lash line, it just doesn't look like it's joined. Okay, mascara is done. I think what is now? Powder. Hallelujah! I'm just gonna take my banana powder from Essence and set underneath my eyes. This is also going to add a little bit of brightening that we should have had from the concealer. Then I'm just going to set my forehead, my chin. Okay, powder done. Then it's time for the weirdest thing in the world. I'm going to be putting my primer on now. So I'm going to be using my Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser where I usually put it, which is on my pores, on my cheeks and on my nose. What am I doing? I'm just going to take, just apply that. Then on my nose. And that's making everything separate. Lovely. Oh, I should probably add brow mascara. Sorry, I completely forgot about that step. I'm just going to apply some brow gel to my eyebrows. Okay, then the last thing, setting spray. Thank God. I'm just going to apply some Kiki Makeup Ready setting spray. Okay, so here we have the finished look. I actually wasn't too bad. The only thing that I really had a problem with was putting my blush bronzer last, my primer last, and also my mascara after my eyelashes. That's the only thing I struggled with. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's challenge. If you guys want to see more of these, please let me know and I'll be happy to, I don't know, find some other challenges to do. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!